Good morning. It's Wednesday morning, May 6th. Our everyday thought today is about God's timing. And there's a passage of scripture which speaks directly to that. And sometimes we don't use God's expressions in Hebrew poetry for the immense value that they bring to us because they're designed to touch our soul. And this section in Ecclesiastes chapter 3 is beautiful in the sense of its poetic structure, but it's even more significant in the fact that God uses this beauty to reach out and touch us for who we are. See, we need to realize that God made us to be works of art as his people. That's what literally the word in Ephesians 2:10 says, you're God's workmanship. The word is poema, but probably most appropriately used that you are a work of art. And God uses art to help us express and see things that are difficult for us to explain otherwise. It's one of the reasons why the Lord had David hire professional musicians and singers to assist and lead in worship. It's why music, art, imagery, photography, poetry can reach so deeply into our souls. Well, this is a time when we need this time right now. And because you are someone who is designed to respond to God's works of art. So let me read this passage for you in Ecclesiastes. For everything there is a season, a time for every activity under heaven, a time to be born, and a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to harvest, a time to kill, and a time to heal, a time to tear down, and a time to build up, a time to cry, and a time to laugh, a time to grieve, and a time to dance, a time to scatter stones, and a time to gather stones, a time to embrace, and a time to turn away, a time to search, and a time to quit searching, a time to keep, and a time to throw away, a time to tear, and a time to mend, a time to be quiet, and a time to speak, a time to love, and a time to hate, a time for war, and a time for peace. And then Solomon makes his own commentary on this beautiful poetic expression. He says, what do people really get for all their hard work? I have seen the burden God has placed on us all. And I think we can relate to that burden right now. Certainly anytime, but now maybe especially. But now notice these words here to conclude this section. Yet God has made everything beautiful for its own time, made it appropriately beautiful. He has planted eternity in the human heart. But even so, people cannot see the whole scope of God's work from beginning to end. So we can't see everything that God is doing, but we do know what these words in Ecclesiastes remind us, that with all these changing times, God is there, and he's made them beautiful for us to respond to him because God always has eternity in view. Right now, God has eternity in view. All the crazy things that are happening in our lives, God has eternity in view. And he's calling out to us to also have eternity in view. These are God's times. These are times for us to respond in beauty as the works of art he has made us to be. That's our thought for today. God's timing. It's beautiful. Talk to you tonight. Have a great day. Bye-bye.